Hello, welcome to CryoNews. I'm your host, Haley Cryokeen. First, let's start with my new segment, the Cryo Pulse, which is a 2 to 3 minute segment that gets you up to date on recent events. Today's Cryo Pulse, let's focus on OceanGate submarine disaster and the Wagner Group's recent near coup of Russia. On June 23rd, 2023, the Wagner Group instigated a rebellion against government of Russia. Prigozhin's forces seized control of Rostov-on-Don and the southern military district headquarters and were advancing with intentions of reaching Moscow. 15 Russian soldiers were killed. Wow. And there were reports of many command and control helicopters that were unarmed were shot down. Putin did a speech and called pretty much all of Wagner traitors. And then when Prigozhin was 2 hours away from Moscow, the convoy of troops, 5,000 to maybe 30,000 or more, because some of the Russian soldiers were defecting to them. The convoy stopped. There were some negotiations. The troops were given amnesty, and Prigozhin is now in Belarus. Let's move on to the sub. On June 18th, 2023, Titan, a submersible operated by OceanGate, an American tourism company, imploded during its descent in the North Atlantic Ocean, about 400 nautical miles off the coast of Newfoundland, Canada. The submersible carrying 5 people was part of a disaster tourism expedition to sightsee the wreck of the Titanic. Communication with the Titan was lost 1 hour and 45 minutes into its dive to the wreck site. Authorities were alerted when it failed to resurface at the scheduled time later that day. There was subsequently a 4-day-long search. Now, let's continue to Cryo News. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cryo News. I hope you're doing all right. I want to take a moment to acknowledge the Juneteenth, everyone. I also wanted to take a moment to express my apologies for not doing any Cryo News segments for a while. I've been dealing with personal challenges recently. I appreciate your understanding and support during this time. Alright, let's jump right into the fascinating world of UFOs and UAPs, otherwise known as unidentified aerial phenomena. UFOs, unidentified flying object. That one had more of a stigma, and more meant like ETs, extraterrestrials. Now we would be talking about those sorts of things, but for now, the government seems to be mainly disclosing off-world vehicles, or vehicles not made of this earth, or vehicles not made with human hands. In June 2023, United States Air Force officer and former intelligence official David Grush claimed, based on classified information he says was provided to him by colleagues, that the U.S. federal government maintains a secretive UFO or UAP retrieval program and is in possession of non-human spacecraft and dead pilots. Quote, dead pilots, unquote. I don't know if that means aliens, or they can't say aliens yet. They gotta tell us that they're non-human craft, basically, so we don't freak out. Not built by human hands, whatever that means. Not of this world craft. That's what they released last year, if you remember that Tucker Carlson segment.
According to a new report in the New York Times, the U.S. government may have physical evidence of, and we're quoting, off-world vehicles not made on this Earth.
In 2022, Grush filed a complaint with the U.S. Office of Intelligence Community Inspector General so that he could share classified information with the U.S. Select Committee on Intelligence. Grush also filed a complaint alleging retaliation by his superiors over a similar complaint that he made in 2021. In June 2023, members of the U.S. House of Representatives announced plans for the House Oversight Committee to investigate the matter. Wow. Wow. I mean, I think I've seen the ET flashing at me from space. You just say, like, hello, the clouds, blink, blink, and then sometimes they'll blink. And that's what this UFO report that came out 3 weeks ago from NASA is talking about.
This is a spherical orb, metallic, in the Middle East, 2022.
95% of what you see up there in space can be explained, but it's that 5%. And I'm pretty sure I've seen that 5%. It's telepathy. And I think it works with animals. I know we're going into woo-woo zone here. It's supposed to be Cryo News, but I also got to be spreading the word. The good word of the Lord. And I think if God exists, which a lot of people do, then there's nothing really in the Bible that says he couldn't have made life on any other planet in the galaxy, And we could just be part of a federation of planets, as it were. But that's not all. Renowned UFO researcher Stephen Greer recently held an awe-inspiring conference where he shared compelling evidence and groundbreaking insights. Could these revelations bring us closer to the long-awaited disclosure? I'll let you decide. Here is some testimony from Michael Herrera saying that he encountered a triangle octagonal UFO
In 2009, my unit, which was the most degraded infantry battalion in the entire Marine Corps, which was 2nd Battalion, 5th Marines, was called in to do humanitarian assistance operations out in the Philippines, Operation Quetzana. A tsunami and earthquake hit the western part of Sumatra. It was something that stuck out like a sore thumb, was something that was rotating, and it was transitioning between colors like a light matte gray as well as a dark matte black. So in between, that's what it kept, and it was very smooth, and we decided to investigate. The craft here, roughly about 300 feet. On the very top, there was like a pyramid structure, and it had an audible hum to it. We were then intercepted by a team of rogue military forces. They all had American dialects. They had American gear, OTVs, black. They had black camouflage. They had no insignias on. They had no ranks. They had nothing that would signify who they were. They had black ball caps. They had M4A4s that were equipped with ACOGs. We had 8 of them put the drop on us. They basically started screaming at us, telling us what we were doing. We were not allowed to be there. Who were we with? What were we doing there? Threatened that they could kill us right then and there. We could get lost in the jungle. They could throw us out of a helicopter if they needed to. It was very nerve-wracking at that point. Each Marine was then patted down along with myself. We had our weapons taken. So they took some pictures of our military ID, and then there was 4 of these trucks, F-350s. They were up-armored. They had weapon cases. They also had these containers that was illustrated right here, which come to find out through recent revelations from yesterday from somebody who came forward to Dr. Greer. This gentleman knows exactly what these were used for because they had like a cylinder on the front, which is either for oxygen or what I hypothesized was for vacuum sealing, which lead me to suspect that they were smuggling narcotics or drugs. Come to find out it's more disturbing than that. This gentleman has firsthand account with this and says that it was for people. It's very disheartening, and it's something that is very hard to see right now because of what I've witnessed, and it's very disheartening. And this is why I'm up here. They loaded these onto this platform that you can see right there. These trucks drove off. This platform actually rose up off the ground itself. The top part of the craft actually met it down in the middle like this. It formed into one solid piece. It floated right above the tree line. As soon as it was able to break that tree line, it actually had on the corners of each of these, which was an octagonal shape craft, by the way, on each corner it emanated a light. It was either red, yellow, green, or blue. Once it got past that tree line, it shot over to the left, basically where the ocean was. So fast, I would estimate probably 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 miles an hour instantaneous like that. There was no rotor wash, no exhaust that would disturb the trees, vegetation. The coconuts that were on these trees were not even touched. It produced no sonic boom. This thing was so fast. As that happened, they basically had told us to turn around. They actually slung our M16s on their back for us. They escorted us back up this slope. And they told us we were not allowed to look back. 2, that we were not able to talk about this. 2 of the guys were actually talking about either, hey, should we smoke these guys right now? You know, that's what they kept saying. If these guys have actually taken an oath like we have, and then why they're going against people like us and even willing to kill servicemen who just stumbled onto this, it just blows my mind, and it's very sick.
A really shocking and groundbreaking story, if it is to be believed. I want to believe him. He's a former Marine. Who knows? Reality is strange. Things are changing. I gotta get some water in my cryo water. And now let's take a 1-minute break for some memes.
Are you seriously watching porn by yourself?
No, I'm with the science team.
Do you like worms?
Oh, hell no!
Great, then we at Wormies got you covered. Head over to one of our 1,500 restaurants and try the all-new Wormster Deluxe, a super crunchy mealworm surprise covered in our signature cockroach sauce. It's pure happiness.
Now, let's shift our attention to the ever-evolving field of artificial intelligence. Believe it or not. Do you believe it? Do you believe it? Do you believe it? Do you believe it? Joker Keen. Joker Keen. Believe it or not, our very own ChatGPT has played a part in shaping today's segment. Gee, could you tell? It's amazing to see how AI can assist us in crafting compelling stories and delivering news. However, I must admit, there's a part of me that wonders if relying on AI is a bit of a cheat. Perhaps you felt the same way. But whether we embrace it or not, AI is here to stay, and it's crucial that we adapt and understand its potential. Now, let's explore a topic that takes us back to the roots, quite literally, gardening. Many of us dream of having green, lush gardens, and the good news is you don't even need to have a green thumb. How about trying your hand at growing easy crops like beans or strawberries? Let me show you. These are green beans, or pinto beans, I'm not sure, or kidney beans. This is a strawberry plant. Yeah, what do you think about that, Boots? Our news anchor Boots here. What do you think about the gardening? Here you go. Look at that. It's Boots approved. Awfully nice. How about trying your hand at growing easy crops like beans or strawberries? These resilient plants can thrive in various environments and are perfect for beginners. Now, let's take a journey. Let's take a 2-minute break for memes.
He's quite a sweet fellow, really. I think I'll call him Bob. Moments later, Bob is dismembered.
Happy birthday to you.
Do not understand how high you can get just from caffeine. It's for a dream, and I am high in the United States of America, and I eat too much food.
Oh my goodness.
How many lemons have you put in your CPU?
We can't complete the mission.
Ah! No! Stop! Ah, Freeman.
It's just like every night. Alone. Giant ass bed. Too big for one. Never has two in it. Damn. We tried. I said, oh, I don't like this. You know what now?
Meme break over. Now, let's take a journey into the exciting world of gaming. As a passionate gamer myself, I've recently had the pleasure of diving into two remarkable titles, the System Shock Remake and Star Trek Resurgence. Let's start with the System Shock Remake. Which offers a thrilling blend of nostalgia and innovation. While it showcases some pros, there's also a lot of cons for a simple casual gamer like me. I really do like the new System Shock remake a lot. I recommend you buy it if you're a fan. However, the difficulty settings are realistic. So I put mine on hardest puzzle difficulty on the first try, and it was really super duper hard, so I had to restart the game. So I'm still kind of stuck on the first or second level or whatever, but it's really fun and really realistic. And I've done some videos about it on the channel, so I'll put those in the description and at the end of the video, so you can check those out. Haha. But we're going to go on to the star of the show, my favorite new video game. It's got to be Star Trek Resurgence. And for all you Trekkies out there, buckle up, because Star Trek Resurgence is about to take us on an extraordinary adventure. The game embraces the beloved universe of Star Trek, paying homage to iconic series like The Next Generation, Voyager, and Deep Space Nine. And I really frickin' love all of those series. Those are my favorites. And Enterprise. Offering a choose-your-own... Yeah, I like Enterprise. Offering a choose-your-own-adventure style with dialogue choices, mini-games, and exploration using your trusty tricorder, Star Trek Resurgence truly captures the essence of the franchise. Let's delve into the immersive experience and discuss why it has become my preferred game in this rich sci-fi multiverse. And then the ChatGPT ends. Yeah, this is why you don't over-rely on ChatGPT.
Quantum resonance in the planetary rings of Residius 6.
And there you have it, folks. Fellow enthusiasts of the extraordinary, this has been Haley CryoNews with your latest CryoNews updates, taking you on a captivating journey through a myriad of intriguing topics, from the mysterious world of UFOs to the ever-evolving landscape of artificial intelligence, from the joys of gardening to the immersive realms of gaming. We've explored it all to my news anchor boots. We've explored it all here on CryoNews. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Mr. Willis, Mr. Poogas, Mr. Jimbo, Mr. Fox, and Mr. Pip-Boy. Thank you for joining me on this exhilarating journey through the realms of CryoNews. Stay tuned for future episodes. Future episodes.